my channel. Another day, another rebirth. I hope all is well. I hope you're loving yourself and letting yourself be loved. I almost got stumbled upon my words because my thoughts are already moving so fast. Breathe. So today we're gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna have y'all pick from a pile. I know people love of pile picks and pick a cars and whatnot because I do. And sometimes I feel like they come so clutch, like they save my life sometimes. So I want to be able to do that and give that back to the community and people who already follow and support me. These are general messages. I'm not going to show a picture of the card. I'm just going to have y'all pick, use your gut, your Ori Inu to guide you to whichever. Okay, it's 3 piles. Be right back. Hello. Welcome, pile one. How y'all feeling? I hope y'all feeling great. So, let's see. The first things I got for you, I have these cool oracle decks. This cool oracle deck. I don't know the name yet. I'm gonna remember it and I'm gonna put it in the description. So the first card I pull is passion. Passion. There was something that happened, something that transpired, and it might not have been like a one-time thing. It might have been over time, and we lose our passion for things, or trauma convinces us that our passions are not worthy of being explored, or they're not worthy of being seen. Someone convinced you were not good enough. And I'm here to rebuke all of that. I used to have this one ex, and she would say, oh, your book is never going anywhere. Your writing is never going anywhere. And the minute I got a grant from one of my favorite poets, she texted me. It all happened at the same time. And I have no doubt that was the universe letting me know that everything she said was a lie. Everything they said was a lie. Everything they talked you out of is worthy of being seen. That side of you, that passionate, fiery side of you is worthy of being seen. I'm going to talk about Shango. Shango is a Orisha in the Yoruba practice of Isheshe or Ifa. He's very passionate. He rules over, usually he guides people who sing, who dance. The drama is really important for children and devotees of Shango. That type of passion is really important for you in your path. No matter if it is music, dance, or visual art, you need to carry that fire with you at all times. And don't let anybody take that from you, not even yourself. Sometimes it's not even other people. Sometimes we are our own worst critics. And I want to go on to this next one, cumbersome. What are you carrying with you that is too heavy for you to take to the next stage? Right? You see all this. She's the bag lady. She's the definition of the bag lady. I know y'all see the reflection in my glasses. Ignore that, but like, she's the bag lady. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be that, whether you are she, him, they, them. You don't want to be that bad person. Pack light. My grandfather always told me to walk light. Walk light. And he says that every time we get off the phone, walk light. Whatever you had with you, let bogging you down before you watch this video. Let it go at this very moment. Know it is safe to let it go. But sometimes we feel comfortable being uncomfortable. And sometimes it allows us to, the things we carry allows us to have excuses. Excuses why we can't be passionate. Excuses why we can't put out that album. Why we can't start that YouTube channel. Because I got so much of this to do. Because I got to take care of so-and-so. So can take care of themselves. Better believe it. And then we have this wealth and abundance. So that passion you've been letting go, or you've been thinking about letting go, and you're trying to pick it back up, but you can't quite pick it back up because your hands are too full with so much stuff of everybody else's. So, you're carrying everybody else's. But one day, if you do not put it down, you will break down. And you don't want to be sat down. You don't want to be sat down by spirit, right? But once you do decide to pick that thing back up, the thing you're supposed to be carrying, the thing you're supposed to be letting carry you, oh baby, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. And I'm looking at my carry show because that is wealth and abundance. Literally, when people say, "Oh, carries represent wealth," no, it was wealth. They literally used this for money before colonization. It is wealth. So that gift, that voice you have, the way you dance, the way you write, the way you articulate whatever you've been through in your art. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Soul time. This is what else I got for you. This is your soul's mission. Once you step back into this reality where you're carrying your passion and letting it carry you, like I said, soul time, soul mission. Better believe it, baby. This is one of my favorite. Cosmic flower. Y'all hear my dog barking. He just, I don't know. But cosmic flower, bloom. It's time to emerge. It's time to blossom in the version of yourself that God calls you to be. Not even just God, your whole lineage. Oh, baby, those gifts that you have been passed down. Do not think for 1 second that those gifts are just random. You can't let it go for a reason. It's in your DNA. And I'm hearing some of you even have spiritual gifts, spiritual passions, and you will intertwine that in whatever art form that you have. It was meant to happen. 2 of diamonds. I like to translate this into tarot. So there would be the 2 of coins. This is about balance. This is about balance of things. You know those bags that you have? Some of them you can't quite let go at the same time. But you got to learn how to carry all the things that you need to carry at once. Right? Then now we have the 8 of Pentacles. I had to hush my dog up, y'all. But the 8 of Pentacles, like I was saying, this card itself represents craftsmanship. If we translate it to the, traditional tarot, I like to use these cards because I feel like they're closer to my ancestors, right? Because these are what my ancestors used. Maybe it's time to pick up the tools and the mediums of art that your ancestors used. Get crafty, get spontaneous. I'm not saying that this transition back to your passion or back to whatever you should be working on is going to be easy. It's going to be hard work because this 8 of Pentacles represents hard work. And I have no doubt. I have no doubt you're a hard worker, right? I have no doubt that you know how to get your hands dirty and get them back clean. I have no doubt that you know what you're doing. I know you know what you're doing. You have to know that you know what you're doing. I believe in you. Good luck. Until next time, Pal 1. What's up, Pal 2? Howdy. How you doing? Let's get right into it. I already got your cards pulled. Here we have the goddess of the West. She represents the water. She represents the flow of life. When we think about the flow of life, right? Life is not linear. Life is very cyclical. The ups and downs, the ebbs, the flow, and you have to learn how to be okay in the downs, how to be okay with the breakups, with the grief, with the losses, right? And the things you reach for and the person you become in these losses, in these ebbs and flow. And the person that you become in these valleys is the person you're going to take with you to the mountaintop. So if you have unhealthy coping mechanisms in these valleys, you're going to take them with you to the top, and you're going to have more access to them. I want you to evaluate what you've been reaching for. Have you been seeking God? Have you been seeking your benevolent ancestors? Have you been sitting in your bitterness too long? Or have you been sitting in the stagnant energy too long? Are you afraid? And this, I asked, are you afraid? Because this next card is literally someone walking into the fire, going head first. I think about Oya in Yoruba tradition. She turns into the bull. She runs head first into whatever she has going on. She runs head first into the storm, into the fire, because she knows she has to go either way. And she's just that type of girl, right? That type of woman. She gets it done no matter what it is. And if you have to let go of something, if you know you have to go down into this valley, into this self-reflection, then go. Go with all your might and all your power and all your courage, knowing that every tool you need is in the room to come out, right? If you have to go back into the cocoon to become the butterfly, you will do that. Just be careful what you reach for, and stay strong and stay level-minded, level-headed, Be courageous, because you might have to let go of a few things. Let go of a few things. Change is on the horizon, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about this feeling of isolation. It might not just be a feeling of isolation. You might be stuck in the crib. You might be unemployed. You might be going through a breakup, whether that means friendship, family. You might say, I can't deal with this anymore. I have to figure out what the next step looks like for me. Change, retreat, isolation, inner self, being grounded and connected to your roots, because that may be all you have right now, my love. This next oracle card is dynamic. In this description, it talks about being able to be whole, be in the now, while letting go of the past, right? It talks about, let me actually read exactly what it says. The aspects to harmonize different layers and aspects of life, right? You have to be able to say, hey, this is who I've been, but this is who I'm trying to be. This is what I have, but this is what I'm letting go, and allow that to coexist. All truths exist at once, right? Spirit, I can barely get my words together. And what I mean by this, you may love that person, but they also have to go. That person may love you, but they may also have to go. I said this the other day. Why is it I release what no longer serves me? But it's never, I release what I can no longer serve, what I don't have the capacity to serve anymore, even if I want to. We got to think about what is too heavy for us right now. You might want to go look at Power One, because there might be a version of yourself that you have to pick back up because you are grieving and going through this change. I like to use these cards, like I said, to translate them to tarot, but I like this because I feel closer to my hoodoo ancestors. And this Two of Clubs would translate to the Two of Wands. And that represents making a decision, coming to a full stop, and looking at which paths you can go through. Do you want to let this thing go for good? Do you just want to give yourself some space, some room? Because, we don't always have to let things go completely, but we have to let it go for the moment. Like I said, I lost my train of thought. You don't have to slam that door or lock that door. But right now, that door has to be closed. If that makes sense, are you picking up what I'm putting down? 5 of Pentacles represents loss. It may be material loss. It may be the physical of someone, right? It may be financial. You may be experiencing some loss, or you feel it coming, or you feel like the decisions that you're about to make will result in a loss, okay? 8 of Cups. You're definitely walking away from something, from someone, even if it is an old passive version of yourself. Your first form of protection are your boundaries. And maybe you let people and walked into rooms that really didn't care for those, and now you have to retreat. I believe after we've lost something, we've grieved it, we've retreated, there's nowhere but up. You're going to find something new. You're going to find someone new. You're going to find a new group of people, a new soul tribe. You have no choice but to, as long as you keep living. Well, that too, as long as you keep leaving what no longer serves you, right? You have the 3 of Hearts, or the 3 of Cups. This represents celebration, collaboration, and community. And you deserve that. You deserve that so much, my love. Don't forget that. And don't let your thoughts or your grief or your losses convince you otherwise, my love. Until next time, Pal 2. Hello, Pal 3. Last but not least, of course, your pal gave me a headache. But then I thought, like, maybe this is how Pal 3 is feeling. Maybe they just don't know, but then they know. Okay, let's just get into it. The first card, Wisdom. We think about knowledge, right? And knowledge is the research you've acquired, what you've been taught. But to me, wisdom is discerning when to use that knowledge, discerning who to tell that knowledge to, how to use it in your own life. And we get that from experience. These 2 people are experiencing each other, and they've experienced other people before they were there. And they are exchanging wisdom with each other. And not all wisdom comes from great things, right? You know, you meet those people, and you're definitely one of those people, Pal 3, that you're like, how the heck did you get so wise? Pain. Who hurt you? Everybody, right? Especially spaces where I expected to be safe. But I'm gonna say today, Spirit told me to talk about professional and work environments. Yeah, you had difficult work life balance situations, but it's taught you what not to do and how to be a good leader, because you may have not been in the room with great bosses or employers or organizers or CEOs. But you, my dear, are the CEO, and I need you to know that. I need you to take everything you've learned and apply it to your own situation, because Spirit's telling me you have some ideas. And like I've said in the other piles, you might want to go back to pile 1 too. But this represents, of course, the Jack of Clubs and cartomancy, but I like to translate it to tarot, so this would be the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is somebody that is just so creative, that's so ready to get whatever off their chest, to take it off the whiteboard and apply it in real time, right? And you may just be so fed up. You may just like, I'm so ready to leave this job, to leave this organization, to leave it behind. But you gotta breathe, my dear. You have to listen to the signs and divine time, and there's no need to rush. You're meant to be great for the rest of your life, and the ideas you implement are going to change the trajectory of your lineage, I believe. So, with that being said, take your time. Take your time. Breathe. But don't take this with you. This is anger. I know the lighting sucks, but this is anger. She's just standing there stuck and just, You don't want to get lost in that because I know you've been hurt. And I know spaces where you expected to be safe, you probably didn't feel so, or someone disrespected your boundaries, or they're making you do stuff that's above your pay grade, right? And you're just so frustrated. You're just so mad at the world. Why me? Why me? Why me? I'm so smart. I'm so brilliant. I should not be here. I should not be in this place. I should be making myself rich. You should. You should, and you will. The Ace of Wands. Like I said, you got all the ideas, babe. You know what you're doing. Just take your time. Even though it's not the Ace of Cups, to me, it still represents abundance because it talks about the initial idea. You know, sometimes we pray for money, we pray for wealth. Sometimes that wealth is that, it makes me think of Braxton on Jamie Foxx. Sometimes it's that spark, that idea, that is the wealth because it will carry you. Some of you have $1,000,000 ideas, and I'm saying don't be telling nobody. Don't be telling nobody your ideas. Then we think about the lack of conscience, right? That employer you had, that boss, that authority figure that didn't do right by you. Do not take their ugly. We know that the abuser is usually someone that has been abused. Let that go. Sometimes we can't even move in our abundance and move on in our wealth because grief. Ooh. The grief, the anger. Why did they do me like that? Why I can't catch a break? Why I gotta work this 9 to 5? We so caught in the why me, why me, why. Taking the bad while you should be taking the good. You should be, I would never be that kind of leader. I would never do that kind of thing. I would never make think about that. Okay, then we have the Four of Cups. Talks about stagnancy. You just feel so depleted. You feel lost. You're not lost. You just lost a version of yourself. And you can't, you lost that. Sometimes we think we're lost because we no longer like that thing we used to like anymore. And we attached everything, our worth to that career, right? Our worth to that job, to that relationship. And now we feel lost without it because you're like, I don't like this no more. But who am I when I don't like this no more? You're feeling a little stagnant, a little heavy, like I said. But you have to let that go. As soon as you write your big plan, that big idea, that master plan down, and you pray on it, and you grab you a white candle and a glass of clear, clean, cold water and pray on that thing, beautiful things can happen. As long as you, believe. Baby, you have to believe. You have to believe that whatever you're going through is not it. This is not it for you. You have to. You have to know because there will be people that think they're bigger than your program telling you, oh, you think you're going to move up in this career? You not. So get comfortable here. They won't say that, but they'll treat you like that. You got to rebuke that. You got to say, let the tongues who rise up against my destiny crumble and twist at this very second. Amen. Okay. I believe in you. I know that you're going to do great things. Don't forget, you might want to check out Part 1. Yeah. I believe in you. And until next time, Part 3. Peace.